Hey everybody, Mary Thomas with RE/MAX Professionals coming to you in the area code 775. It is another beautiful Wednesday. I came into the office today, I don't know what happened, it's a little bit chilly, but it's still a beautiful Wednesday. So what is going on this Wednesday? I know that you know I love history, and Virginia City has so much of it. I was able to go up there and chat just a little bit more about the rich history up there and the things that have happened. And I hope you enjoy this interview. Check it out. Tell me what you think. You guys, one thing I do want to say before I pop into that interview is I just love looking back at history. And over the weekend after being up there and doing this interview, I really got to thinking, why is it so interesting to me? Why do I care so much about it? And it really dawned on me that, all honesty, I am fascinated with what they have done in our ancestors in the past to pave the way for their future. Many of them crossed oceans and land to get to the West, you know, and they worked so hard to change their family tree. And this is something that's super important and dear to my heart, is making your way for you and your family. And so when I go and I look back at history, it just always encourages me to say to myself, oh my God, I have all of this that can help me these days. I have no excuse. And it really fascinates me that no matter what, it might be 100 years ago, it might be 100 years from now, but when you really dig down and deep and you see people, we always stick together when it comes to our community, and we help each other out, and we are not scared, especially here in Nevada, to roll our sleeves up, put our head down, and get to work to pave our future for our family. So you guys check it out, comment below, tell me what you think. Is this still our country? Do we still have pride in our work? Mary Thomas with RE/MAX Professionals coming to you in the area code 775. What's up Wednesday? Well, we have another wonderful Wednesday, and today I am right here in Virginia City with Liza. Liza, we had done this a tad bit before, but it was just so interesting how much passion you had behind the history right here in Virginia City, and I wanted to touch a little bit more on that because Nevada's just, let's just face it, Nevada's awesome. So we wanted to dive in a little bit more on Virginia City's history with you. What is your favorite things about Virginia City?
Oh gosh, I'd have to say the people. The people in the history of Virginia City and the impact they made, and those whose names have carried on through a century, and they'll continue to carry on as long as we keep their memory alive. Characters like Julia Boulay, granted she was a madam prostitute, but she was so well loved by the community, not the entire community, mind you, right? But she was giving back. When the miners were sick, there was an epidemic that came through, she nursed them back to health, you know, and she was taking care of people who were less fortunate. She was just, you know, taking care of the people. And so with that, there was a love for her, and her memory lives on today. And then there's the story of Sam Clemens, aka Mark Twain. Essentially, we lay claim to the birth of Mark Twain. Sam followed his brother Orion out here to the Nevada Territory in 1861. Orion was appointed Nevada Territorial Secretary, and he wanted to be his brother's secretary. But when they arrived, the government said, there's no job for your brother. We're not going to pay him to be the secretary of the secretary. Right. So, darn it. He tried his hand at lumbering up at Tahoe, and he started a fire up there. Oh no. Which is not good. No. And then he came here to Virginia City and tried his hand at mining, and he it was tough work for him. He was in his early 20s. He was a little guy. You know, a lot of the guys back then were smaller. Sure. But definitely he was more of a gosh, if he was alive today, he'd probably smack me. Oh, I wasn't little. What are you saying? But you know, he started just paying attention to the people in town, and he was writing letters to the editor about all the different things happening in town. And the editor loved his writing style and gave him a job.
And obviously we all do, right?
And then in the meantime, his brother got him a job, a government job down in Carson City. With a government job, they did not allow moonlighting or second jobs.
Okay.
He wanted to continue writing up here. So he figured out a way to do so, and he coined his pen name Mark Twain.
And this is the birth of Mark Twain.
Yes, this is the birth of Mark Twain. So then he was able to write for the Territorial Enterprise up here under the name Mark Twain while he was reporting legislature proceedings down in Carson City.
Oh my gosh, how cool. And so this is a little bit of tidbit of information that isn't really brought up too much. We all know Mark Twain, but
exactly.
This is a fun little tidbit of history.
And gosh, and then there's John Mackey. He came here, a poor Irishman. He actually came to New York at the age of 9 with his Irish family.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
At 19, he headed to California for the 49 gold rush. He was not successful. And in 59, he heard about the gold being discovered up here in Virginia City. So he left California and came over here. And he worked for a while at the mines, and then he began to make some money. And then he partnered up with some other Irishmen.
Oh.
And then together, those 4 guys, actually it was 5 to start with.
Okay.
The history
Ooh,
says
is there a little
4.
drama on that?
There
5?
is a little drama.
Oh.
So there was 5 to begin with. They all pulled their money together, bought some mining claims, and then they were able to build and build. Eventually, one of the guys got bought out, so then it was down to 4, and it was 4 when they hit that big silver strike.
Ooh, I bet the 5th one is a tad bit sad.
I think so. So after they hit that big boom, he actually began to give back to the community. He helped John Piper rebuild Piper's Opera House after it burned down a second time.
Oh, wow.
And then he built the Mackey School of Mines in Reno, which is still there today. And he ended up going back to New York with his family. And his granddaughter married Irving Berlin, the composer.
Oh,
now,
my goodness.
Irving Berlin was Jewish.
Okay.
She was Irish Catholic. She ended up being disowned by the family because she was marrying for love. But it didn't matter anyways because Berlin made a lot of money.
So she was just fine, made the right choice.
Exactly. So she had love and money.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
so
fits right along with the
these are the
Piper
things.
Opera.
Yeah. These are the things that I really love to learn and share about Virginia City. Another interesting tidbit is the fact that in 1861 we were still a territory. Mm-hmm. And then, actually in 1864, we were still a territory. And we did not have enough people living here to officially become a state.
Okay.
However, President Lincoln decided, okay, I need the money from Virginia City.
Yes.
I need the votes to get reelected, and I need the money to help fund the war so that we can put a stop to this, because it had already been going on for almost 4 years at this point. So October 31st, 1864, he pushed through the statehood of Virginia City and was able to pay off our financial debts and get the war to end within 6 months of Nevada becoming a state.
Wow, within 6 months.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So when you're ready to come up to Virginia City, be sure to stop in here at the Visitor Center on the corner of C Street and Taylor Street. We'd be happy to help you plan out your day, let you know what's open and available, what events are happening, and make the best of your trip up here in Virginia City.
Guys, if there's anything I can do for you regarding real estate, just reach out. 775-682-1973. I hope you enjoyed learning just a little bit of how awesome Nevada is and the history here. That's it. I love Nevada. Do you?